Onegaishimasu.
Onegaishimasu.
All right, we'll start with the warm-up as usual. Circles. One more. Down. Up. Down. Up. Move left and right. Your back foot through your fingertips. Don't let your shoulder get too close to your ear. Make sure you keep space there. Legs. Toes up. Squat. Straight back. Shoulder blades tucked into your back pockets. Go a little lower if it's comfortable when maintaining your balance or maintaining your structure. And then sink into it. You put your arms on your legs. Don't put too much weight on it. One shoulder out, look over the other shoulder. Switch. Again. Again. All right, feet together. Let's roll back. Roll on one side of your body. Keep your feet back there. Hold it. Up, cross your legs. Again. Back. Up, cross your legs the other way. Feet out in front. Engage your quads. Flex your feet. Keep a straight back. Lean forward, neutral neck. Again, your shoulder blades are tucked into your back pockets. And now point and round. Feet open, legs open. Switch both sides any way you feel like. Do this one on the second one. Chest straight down. Again, keep your shoulders back. Feet together. Straight back again. Just lean forward. Neutral neck. Now round everything. Let's do ankles. Toes. Massage the arch. Pound. Shake. Side. Ankle. Toes. Massage the arch. pound. Shake. You can stand, seiza, or up on your heels. We're just leaning back here. Sides. Let's do arm circles now. One way. Maybe a little faster. Breathe. Okay, let's do a little bit of ukemi, and we'll do that straight leg exercise from last time. My legs don't go totally straight, but the idea is you're not going to let your heels touch. You're going to try to keep your body in a very slight V shape. Straighter you can get it, the harder it is. You can go a little less like this if you want. So, and we're just going to roll back. Watch your head. Don't let your head touch. Keep this structure. Roll forward. Don't let your foot touch. Ab exercise. Back. Up. Up. Back. Up. Back. Up and hold it. Now we're going to go on one side. Down to one side. Back up to the center. Down the other side. Back up to the center. The other side. Back up to the center. Other side. Up to the center. Hold it. Let's do one more variation. We're going to go on the side. See if you can come up on the side, like on one cheek. Both sides. Balance on one hip. All right, that's exhausting. It's good for your abs though. Let's do regular rolling because it'll seem very easy. We'll switch directions and switch feet. So let's start, well, start whatever hamni you want. And we'll just do a few of these. Just keep going until I say stop at your own pace. Like this. Go ahead. Change feet and directions. Should feel your surface going up one arm, across both shoulders, back down the other arm. All right, seems pretty good. Let's stand up. So, I don't know, one of these early classes, we talked about the footwork for pivoting, how you can't pivot on your heels. It's too shaky, and it's hard to do both at once because you're kind of jumping. I think most often we turn the front foot first, so it becomes a new back foot than the other one. Happens quickly, but it's actually a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Try a little bit of that on your own. just changing hamni, changing directions. So your front hand and front foot become your back hand and back foot. One thing to look at is see if your gaze is bouncing up like this. That means your body's bouncing up. You want your belt and your eyes on flame. So that's pivoting. If you change hamni, it's the same thing. So pivot, you have to change the front foot into the back foot and turn. If I change my hamni, do the same thing. My front foot changes into the back foot, and I turn. This would be about a 45-degree hamni, like if you were going to go into Shinonagi. Right? So starting whichever hamni you're in, turn the front foot into the back foot into the front foot. The hands should move too. The hands are over the feet. Switch sides. And try to think about, even when you're coming back to center here, you did the exercise, now it's not. Start again. Even when you're returning to your hamni, you should have your eye level and your belt level should be the same. You should be able to move. Even if it's an exercise, I should be able to move at any moment. So now let's do that. What time is it? It's Aikido time. This is what Bo Ha-sensei did. One of the things he did in his class on Saturday. So picture a clock that you're standing on the face of. Standing left hamni, it's 12 o'clock. We can face each other, but anyway, your 12 o'clock is in forward. Your 6 o'clock would be what we just did, pivot. 6 o'clock's behind. So I'm changing my hamni, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, back to 12 o'clock. So now I'm going to change my hamni like we just did this way. Front foot becomes the back foot, and now I'm going to do 1 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock. 4 o'clock, still my back foot here. Yep. Back to 12 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock. Change hamni, and when we change hamni, again, anytime you're doing a technique or an exercise, you don't just be like, okay, change hamni, let's do this. Try to keep it martial. I'm going to change hamni, bring my feet together, put my feet back. My eyes and my waist are still on the same line. And that's because at any moment, even when I'm in the process of doing this, I could move. You're ready. So you can add little things like that to your practice, even when it seems like it should be downtime. Anyway, so let's do right hamni. So 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, directly behind. Back to 12 o'clock. Your right foot withdraws, going to 11 o'clock. Left foot is now front foot at 11 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock and right hamni. 10 o'clock. Should be left hamni. Back to 12 o'clock, right hamni. 9 o'clock, sorry. So it should be at a 90-degree angle now. Right foot's behind, left foot's in front. If you have any questions, just unmute yourself and ask. What's next? 8 o'clock. Back forward, 7 o'clock. Back forward, 6 o'clock. Back forward, let's change hamni, martially. And now it's going to be a little more random. So 3 o'clock. Back to 12. 6 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock. 1 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock. Change hamni. 6 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock, right hamni. 11 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Oops, sorry. That one wouldn't work. 7 o'clock. Back to right hamni, 12 o'clock. 6 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Back to 12 o'clock. So you can, mess around with your footwork and your posture. And when you're done with your movement, make sure your weight's evenly distributed. So if I go to 9 o'clock, I'm not weighted on the front foot. I'm not sunk into the back foot. I'm equally weighted, so I can move this foot. I can move this foot. I can move this way. I can move this way. So it's a kind of basic exercise, but I think it's gives you a great foundation. So that's sort of the clock exercise. Let's do this hamni thing. I taped this on because this was really cool what Bu Sensei showed from Boston on Saturday's class. He was talking about hamni. First, he started it like this, feet together. This is just a way to kind of get into it. Open your feet. Open your heels. This is sort of like, this should be about your regular Shizen-Tai stance, feet underneath your shoulders, even just inside your shoulders. So normal hamni, I'm gonna put my left foot forward for this one. Normal hamni, my foot is right behind my my heel, like the center of my foot is right behind my heel. You guys see that? We have kind of a busy rug. So center of my foot is right behind my heel. This is great. This is great for aribi, sliding forward, right? The back foot be here. But he's Bu Sensei pointed out there's two other kinds of hamnis. One of them is when your foot, your heel to heel, back here, right? So your heel to arch is normal. Heel to heel is a little bit different. And that's good if you want to, for instance, tenshin. Back here, my heel is quickly out of my way. So I'm wider, I'm open this way. I can step back, tenshin. If we're in that first hamni with your heel right onto your arch, and you tenshin, your foot is almost in the way. So this is a good one. Heel to heel is good when you want to step back. It's good for other things too. Last one he showed is front heel, back toes. So this is more open than I usually am. But as soon as he did it and did a quick tenkan, I realized this is like what Osawa Sensei does all the time. If he wants to do a quick tenkan, you can do that from here. So if your toes are on the same line as your heel, your front heel, back toes, you can do a very quick tenkan like this. Contrast, go to the one we just did, heel to heel. Now try to do a tenkan. You're almost in your own way. You can't do that quick tenkan. You're almost in your own way. Conversely, say you are back toes against your front heel, and I want to do a tenshin. Go ahead, try it. You almost bang your knees together, right? You got to do a lot of body adjustment. So what this tells me is that you have to be precise with your footwork depending on what you want to do, right? So so if we want to, let's be in left hamni, and you want to do a tenshin, you could change this foot here, and now your heels are together and change like that. However, that telegraphs your opponent what you're going to do. So change the back foot. It's almost like a secret, right? Now I can tenshin. You see Yokota Sensei do this. He puts his back foot where he wants it to do. Sometimes he does something with his front foot too. Now you're in a hamni, you're not telegraphing anything, but you know you want to do a tenkan. Change your back foot so your heel is out more. Now you can do a quick tenkan without the slide. Your body's open on that. So let's try a few of those and see what. Just try them all. Try all three on your own and see how you can move from each one. Like what would be a good movement for each. Go ahead, try it on yourself. If you have any questions, unmute and ask. Try both right and left hamni. So you can ask yourself this. So get in a hamni and say you want to step in, like with like Shomanushi or Riminage. You're coming in, I need to step in and step back. Which one of those would be least appropriate? Probably open for a tenkan, because this is good for going this way, but now I want to go this way. I almost hit myself, my own feet, right? So either the one in the middle, or maybe even open, depending on how much distance you want. And likewise, we already talked about this, but ten shin, step back, front foot steps back, ten shin. Again, probably the worst call would be back toes to heel your heel out, right? Because now as I step, I have to do a lot of adjustment. Much easier to be heel to heel, and then this back foot just turns. The way you can move very quickly. Again, you should be, belt and eye should be on the same level. So you don't have to waste time going up and down either. So I really like thinking about that and thinking about which footwork is appropriate. I think we do this kind of automatically sometimes. We know, something's going to happen. We know I'm going to 10 shin, so we move our feet out. Move my feet out so I can get there. But just to identify it like that and be very precise, like Boo Sensei was saying, be very precise with your footwork and your balance. You can feel like, no, that didn't feel quite so good. Move out here. Oh yeah, that felt much better. So think about that. Let's try to mix these two exercises together, all right? So we're gonna stand in 12 o'clock in left hamni, and I'm gonna identify what movement you wanna do first. So we wanna do a quick tenkan from 3 o'clock. So get into what hamni you think you should be at 3 o'clock. I believe you're going to do a quick tenkan. It should be toes behind your heels. And then you can try the tenkan. Hopefully this makes sense. Back to 12 o'clock. Let's do a 10 shin movement from 6 o'clock. It's kind of a brain teaser. So ideally, once you went into 6 o'clock, your feet are already where they should be for a 10 shin. I'm changing to right hamni now. And so if I'm going to do a 6 o'clock 10 shin, then my back foot needs to be here, right? It needs to come out a little bit. So now it's out of the way. I'm going to do right hamni 12 o'clock. If I'm going to do a 6 o'clock quick tenkan, then it's going to have to go out here, right? Oh no, I'm sorry, I had that backwards. It's going to have to go over here. No, I didn't have it backwards, sorry. It is a brain teaser. So I'm going to do 6 o'clock quick tenkan. That means my heel's out here, so I can quickly tenkan back until 12 o'clock. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a brain teaser.
It is a brain teaser. All right, let's try one more. So we're going to want to arimi, so you want your feet right in the right dead center. So we're just going to do a slide in after we pick the number, and we're in left hamni. So let's do 4 o'clock, slide in. Back to 12 o'clock, left hamni. Let's do 6 o'clock, slide in. So it's probably more like you normally do it. Let's change hamni. So we're in right hamni. We're going to do another arimi. So stack your feet up normally. And at 10 o'clock, slide in. It's right hamni again. Let's do, for tenkan now, we'll do 6 o'clock. And then tenkan back. I had it wrong. So let me see, it should be heel out. So it's interesting, you have to move your foot out of the way. Now I can do a quick tenkan. Can I do that at 9 o'clock? Quick tenkan. So I think you have all the components here, but you got to think about it and put them together yourself. And I think this is great solo practice because you can be working on your posture, shoulders back, shoulder blades in your back pocket. Your hands, one should be in front of the other. You change hamni, they should be in front of the other again. So even just doing this is a great solo practice. Now, when you think about the footwork, the second movement, I want a ten shin, so I move this foot a little bit out of the way. So if I want a ten shin, I move this foot a little bit out here and then to the side. Gives another little level of difficulty. But you can also tell when you, in your regular practice, like so, I want to do a tenkan, and this foot is off, this foot is wide. I can tell that I'm a little off balance, right? But if it's more narrow, it's easier to get that foot back here. If I want to be very quick, I sneak the heel all the way back. Now I can just step, turn on a dime. So this is very valuable insight, I think, from Buha Sensei. Hopefully this made sense. What time do we have? Oh, we have some time. So let's do this. Let's quiz a little bit. Let's stand in right hamni, and I'm going to call out the technique, and then you're going to put your feet where you would want them to be. So the first one's going to be Shomanuchi Ikkyo Omote. So choose your hamni. You're going to be sliding in. So I'm going to go with, you probably could do a couple different ones, but I'm going to go with their standard hamni because this is great for sliding. I think that feels pretty good. You can intentionally try something that maybe it wouldn't be as good, like moving that back heel back. This would be better for a tenkan, maybe for ura, but for a mote, it's really hard to push off that back foot when it's behind you. So let's switch to left hamni. Shomanuchi Ikkyo Ura. I would say either the center one, because you're going to step in, or possibly even a slightly wider stance, because it's easy to step in. Step in and get behind. But for sure, not your heel tucked behind for the tenkan, because now you're gonna run into yourself. Let's left hamni, 12 o'clock, and how about Shomanuchi Shihonage? I'm sorry, Yokomanuchi Shihonage. It's coming in here. I would open up my back foot, I think. So I would go heel to heel. That way that foot is totally out of the way when I'm accepting that strike, ten shin. That one seems very clear. Again, if you intentionally put your heel behind, this one's good for tenkan, right? But now I try to do a ten shin. It's very horrible. It's a lot of strain on your knee as you're trying to get past there. So this one is, I think, is very clear. Let's try it on the other side. Right foot forward, Yokomanuchi Shihonage. It's ten shin. How about one of my favorite techniques, Katachitori Kaitenage Uchi, right? We're going to come in here. So one of your first movements is step in with the back foot. So I think I would put this off to the side a little. I definitely wouldn't put it behind for a 10 count, but I need to really get here quickly. So I put it off to the side, wait for my dog, and then step in, cut down. Remember, you're rolling your partner towards you, they're grabbing here. You need to open up, step in, cut down. So maybe, usually, I used to move my front foot first on this technique, which then it doesn't matter already, I've already created this gate. But when we go back to the dojo and you can grab my wrist, I'm gonna try it with the back foot open because I think I can skip that opening in the front foot. I think I can just go straight into it. I'm gonna watch some Psyche Sensei video later tonight and see if that's what he is. How about ski kotegaeshi? Let's do this in right hamni. So ski kotegaeshi, the first thing that you want to do is get off the line in 10 count. So that foot behind a little bit, be easy to grab there. So of course there's different ways to do this, right? So if you can, as the strike is coming, some people slide in and step up. But I think you always want to look for the least amount of steps and the quickest movement, because what if you're slow on that slide? If my foot's already here, I can just turn to the side of it. Strike comes here, I'm already off the line. So try that with your back heel. This would be front heel to back toes. Quick turn. You're ready to finish the technique. Try both sides. So, yeah, this is all kind of basic stuff, but it kind of blew my mind, you know, thinking about this. So hopefully you guys get something out of it too. We looked at this pivoting footwork, doing 1-2, 1-2, and how that's very similar to 1-2, changing your hamni on the clock. And I thought that was a neat exercise. And then we looked at the different kinds of, 3 different kinds of hamni, straight from your arch, straight up, from heel to heel, which is better for tension, and from front heel back toes, which is great for a quick 10 count. So, and then we mix those exercises in a little bit. We are running out of time, so let's quickly bow out, and I hope that was great for you guys. Thanks a lot for coming. Thank you very much. Thank you.